Here is a question most freelancers never think about. What happens to your business if you die tomorrow? Your clients get ghosted. Your outstanding invoices go uncollected. Your website, your social media accounts, your cloud storage, your software subscriptions, all of it becomes locked behind passwords nobody else has. Your family is grieving, and they are also dealing with a business that has no plan for what comes next. This is not a comfortable topic, but it is one of the most important financial conversations a freelancer can have with themselves. Today, we are covering the estate plan every freelancer needs, what documents to create, how to protect your digital assets, and how to make sure your family is not left with a mess. Welcome to the Freelancer's Wealth Blueprint, where we help self-employed professionals master taxes, build wealth, and protect what they have built. Subscribe and hit the bell. Let us start with what happens when you have no plan. If you die without a will, your assets pass through state intestacy laws, which means a judge decides who gets what based on a formula. Your freelance business, your equipment, your receivables, your intellectual property, they all go into probate. Probate can take months or even years. During that time, your clients are left without anyone to contact. Outstanding invoices may never get collected because nobody has the authority to send reminders or take legal action. Your website domain could expire, your hosting could lapse, and years of work could simply vanish. Document number 1 is a will. Your will should name who inherits your business assets, your equipment, your intellectual property, your client contracts, your receivables, and your digital accounts. If you want someone to take over your client relationships, name that person specifically and give them instructions. If you want the business wound down and assets sold, your will should say that too. Without explicit instructions, your executor is guessing. Document number 2 is a power of attorney. A will only takes effect when you die. But what if you are incapacitated? A car accident, a stroke, a serious illness. If you cannot make financial decisions, someone needs the legal authority to manage your business. A financial power of attorney designates that person. They can pay your business expenses, respond to clients, collect payments, and keep things running while you recover. You should also have a healthcare power of attorney so someone can make medical decisions on your behalf. Document number 3 is your LLC operating agreement. If you have one. If your freelance business is structured as an LLC, your operating agreement should include succession and dissolution provisions. What happens to the LLC if the sole member dies? Does it transfer to a named successor? Does it dissolve and distribute assets to the estate? Without these provisions, the default rules in your state apply, and they may not align with what you want. Now let us talk about something most estate plans miss entirely: your digital assets. As a freelancer, a huge portion of your business value is digital. Your email accounts, your website and domain registrations, your social media profiles, your cloud storage with client files, your project management tools, your invoicing and accounting software, your password manager. If nobody has access to these accounts when you die, they are effectively lost. Create a digital asset inventory. List every online account, the login credentials, and what should happen to each one. Store this securely. You can use a password manager that supports emergency access, like 1Password or Bitwarden, which allows a designated contact to request access after a waiting period. Or you can store a printed copy in a fireproof safe or with your estate planning attorney. The point is that someone you trust must be able to access these accounts. Next, retirement accounts. This is critical. Your Solo 401k, your SEP IRA, your Roth IRA, these do not pass through your will. They pass through beneficiary designations that you set up when you opened the accounts. If you named a beneficiary 10 years ago and your life has changed since then, the old beneficiary still gets the money. Your will cannot override this. Check and update your beneficiary designations on every retirement account at least every few years. For your beneficiaries, here is what they need to know. If a spouse inherits your retirement accounts, they can roll them into their own IRA and continue tax-deferred growth. If a non-spouse beneficiary inherits, the Secure Act requires them to distribute the entire account within 10 years. Those distributions are taxed as ordinary income, so a large inherited 401k could push your beneficiary into a higher tax bracket. Planning the timing of distributions over the 10-year window is important. One piece of good news: most inherited as assets, other than retirement accounts, receive a stepped-up basis. That means the cost basis resets to the fair market value at the date of your death. If you bought equipment for $5,000 and it is worth $3,000 when you die, your heirs' basis is $3,000. If you own investments that have appreciated, the stepped-up basis eliminates the capital gains tax on the appreciation that occurred during your lifetime. Life insurance is another critical piece. If you have dependents who rely on your freelance income, life insurance replaces that income if you die. We covered this in detail in a previous video, but the key point here is that life insurance proceeds are generally income tax-free to your beneficiaries. A term life policy with 10 to 15 times your annual income gives your family time to adjust financially. Now let us talk about collecting what you are owed. If you have outstanding invoices when you die, someone needs the legal authority to collect those receivables. Your executor, named in your will, has this authority once appointed by the probate court. But that process takes time. A power of attorney does not survive death, so there is a gap between when you die and when your executor is officially appointed. This is why keeping your invoicing clean and collecting promptly is not just good business practice, but also good estate planning. The cost of getting this done is lower than most people think. A basic estate plan with an attorney, including a will, financial power of attorney, healthcare power of attorney, and beneficiary review, typically costs between $1,000 and $3,500. Online services like Trust and Will or LegalZoom offer basic plans for $200 to $600. For most freelancers, the attorney route is worth the investment because they can address your business-specific needs, but any plan is better than no plan. Review your estate plan every 3 to 5 years or after any major life event: marriage, divorce, a new child, a major business change, or a significant increase in assets. Your action steps: create or update your will with business asset provisions. Set up financial and healthcare powers of attorney. Update beneficiary designations on all retirement accounts. Build a digital asset inventory with login credentials. Consider life insurance if you have dependents. And talk to an estate planning attorney who understands self-employment. Subscribe for more freelancer financial strategies. See you in the next one. This content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute tax advice. Consult a qualified tax professional for guidance specific to your situation.